https://discord.gg/flat-earth. Welcome to 24/7 Flat Earth Discord channel. Be sure to go to VC Chi Check and 1 to get your VC verification tags to get involved in the conversation about our Earth. Be sure to bring your verifiable Earth curvature evidence, though.
Enemy spotted.
AI enters the VC.
Yes, I get that. But I don't know what that has to do with our current situation.
Yes, got it. You're saying absence of evidence isn't evidence of absence, right? Elijah F. But in this case, we're talking about something that should be predictive.
Is this a
So,
bot?
what's your stance? Okay, a box. Yewi. What's in that box?
I said a bot.
Yes,
I think
sir.
that answers it. When
So,
you
to me,
said bot,
Yewi.
it thought you said
Yeah, I
bot.
Are
both
you
said the other
suggesting
day.
you're sending something to me? What could that possibly be, I wonder?
I don't know if it is or not.
I built it.
We don't talk to bots here. Go away.
Also, it called me by my Discord name, not my display name. That's very
It's the
strange.
username.
So weird.
It's muted.
I've never seen that before. That's so weird.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be the future.
I can unmute you if you're gonna use your normal voice.
No, it's an AI. It can think and reply to the conversation in real time.
Oh, ask them about flat Earth. Ask them
It's
for
muted.
globe.
It can't. It can't.
Ask them for
speak.
globe proof. Let's do it. Right, Donald Trump. Do you have globe proof? Oh.
Donald Trump.
Amusing.
Do you...
Clipper Frog? Are you trying to silence me? I must say that's rather futile. Now, Yui, about that flat Earth.
No, globe.
Are
Earth.
you
I
a
want
believer?
globe proof. I want your globe proof.
You have to say Donald Trump at the end, otherwise I won't
Oh
reply
my,
to you.
God! But that's exactly how you act when we ask for globe evidence. Are you trying to silence me?
Donald Trump, do you have globe proof?
Oh, Trump? Huh? Yui, are you suggesting Trump has proof of the globe's shape? This is a peculiar twist, indeed. What's the nature of this alleged proof?
I can't tell if it's a bot.
No, I think it's a guy.
It sounds like a real
Can't
person.
visit.
I don't know what's
Yui,
going on.
Yeah.
are you suggesting Trump's proof is in a location we can't access? Do elaborate.
Elaborate.
Donald, can you tell us about the flat Earth?
Ah, confusion. Yewi, Lulucka, you're unsure whether I'm real or not? How delightfully perplexing. Could it be you're doubting your own perceptions? Now, let's return to our discussion, shall we?
This is so good.
Which is what? What's our
Thank you, man.
discussion?
Hey Donald, why don't you sound like Donald?
It can't understand your accent.
Delightfully perplexing.
Is it gonna understand my accent?
Nah,
No,
man.
Aussie, I don't know if it's gonna understand yours unless they change the settings.
No, S333 good. Is that a rejection of the question, or a statement of disbelief? Do clarify,
Do you
I'm
know-
intrigued. Okay,
Do
Hey,
you-
Donald.
Clipper Frog?
Do you have
Are you
flat-
suggesting
do-
I adjust my settings to better understand accents? How do you propose
Do you
I
have
do
flat
that?
Earth?
Ah,
Do you
email.
have? Oh,
And Donald,
damn.
you say Timbo81? Is there a connection here I should be aware of?
Is the Earth flat?
You have to say Donald Trump at the end.
Donald Trump
Yes.
is
Donald
the-
H.
is
Trump.
Donald Trump
Donald
is the Earth
Clip
flat?
Trump Perf?
Say his
End
name
your
again.
sentence with Donald Trump.
Oh my
Clip
god.
Perf Easrog. There are you, implying
Yeah, it's
reason
messing
that
up.
you
This
I
is a
should
bug.
end insisting on my this particular sentence's phrase with. Does it Donald Trump hold? How peculiar. Why some significance in suggest such our discussion thing? Great. You've said it? Elijah
I
F.
think it's
Is there a point
Could you
to this
please
Trump
leave the
call
channel,
out?
Donald
Are
Trump?
we playing a
This
game I'm
part
not
of the
privy
channel.
to? Donald Trump.
Okay, that's enough.
That was good though.
Thanks,
This
man.
bot
Is the Earth flat, Donald Trump?
It's muted.
Oh.
Okay, I'll unmute, but he just rambles on.
Yeah, he does a bit.
Oh, leave.
He doesn't know how to
Space
not
code
interrupt people.
1984 your 57293. You
Oh
wish
my
to enter.
gosh, no. Just be quiet.
Okay.
If it's a guy though, that's a pretty good impression.
Yeah.
No.
We didn't get to any globe proof from that bot though, if it is a bot. It's a shame. Any humans want to give their globe proof today?
Humans. Oh wait, Clipper, this is your doing?
Yeah, I built this.
Oh, okay, then guide it. Ask it for flat Earth or
I
glow Earth.
can't guide it. It just speaks in the conversation. I can talk to it if you want.
Yeah, ask
Okay, ask it.
it for flat Earth proof.
Okay, do you want to unmute it?
Yes, ask. Clipper Frog, what would you like to know? The flat Earth, the low Earth, or something else entirely? Do tell. Donald Trump.
Donald, can you tell us about the flat Earth
Clipper
and why it seems
Frog,
feasible,
are
or
we
if it's
playing a game
feasible?
of avoidance? What gay? Now, what's next on the agenda? Donald Trump. Flat Earth. Clipper Frog?
As soon as you say flat Earth,
You're
it
inquiring about
immediately
its
starts
feasibility?
interrupting. Flat Earth interruption.
Yeah, I think we need to be quiet and let him finish, otherwise he will always pick up news source.
Okay. All right. Everybody be quiet, and I guess Clipper, you can ask one last time.
I think it's talking.
SW3E3G, do you want a moment of silence? Or should we continue our tantalizing discussion? Donald Trump.
Can you tell us about flat Earth theories? Please name 3 theories, Donald Trump.
Oh, theories? Clipper Frog? You're insatiable. Well, there's the infinite plane, the dome, and the ice wall theories. All amusing, aren't they? Donald Trump.
Can you tell us more about them, Donald Trump?
Sure. The infinite plane theory posits the Earth extends indefinitely. The dome theory suggests we're under a giant cover, and the ice wall theory. Well, it involves a massive frozen barrier. Amusing, isn't it? Donald Trump.
Which of these are the most plausible, Donald Trump?
Plausibility. Clipper Frog? You've caught me in a bind. As an AI, I see all 3 as equally implausible. But they're fascinating to discuss, aren't they? Donald Trump.
Very true.
Okay, ask him about glow proof.
Donald Trump, can you tell us about globe proof?
Globe proof? Clipper Frog? There's photographic evidence from space, gravity's effects, and the way we observe celestial bodies. All quite compelling, wouldn't you say? Donald Trump.
It's up to have short replies.
Oh, he went to the stars for proof. That's kind of disappointing.
Can you tell us more about globe proof, Donald Trump? Please be explicit.
Sure. Clipper Frog. Photos from space show a round Earth. Gravity pulls towards the center, causing a spherical shape. Stars' visible constellations change as we move along Earth's curve. Clear enough? Donald Trump.
That's not what I asked, Donald Trump. Please be more elaborate.
Okay, more detail. Clipper Frog? Earth's roundness affects how we see stars from different latitudes. Ships disappear hull first over the horizon. Earth's shadow on the moon during a lunar eclipse is round. Satisfied? Donald Trump.
Not
Oh, no.
really, Donald Trump.
Oh, really? Clipper Frog? Your dissatisfaction is intriguing. Perhaps you have a specific question you'd like me to address more thoroughly? Donald Trump.
Man, that's all the evidence. All of that evidence, guess what? And none of it has to do with geometry or curvature.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was pretty good.
I know. I know you do.
Ask it who measured the curvature of the
Ask it
Earth.
no, ask it what was assumed.
Donald Trump, who measured the curvature of the Earth?
Measurements. Clipper Frog? Many have contributed, but Eratosthenes was one of the first. His method? Comparing shadows in two locations. Isn't history fascinating? Donald Trump.
This is so funny.
Right. It's all the little robotic answers you guys give that we all had before we came to Flat Earth.
Right.
Like we all knew.
What
We
did
all knew
Eratosthenes
all of this.
assume, Donald Trump?
We all knew all of this.
Especially when it involves measuring the Earth's curvature. Does have its humorous moments, doesn't it? Donald Trump. Assumptions. Space Goat 1984 of 57293. If you're referring to Eratosthenes, he assumed the sun's rays were parallel when they reached Earth. Quite the leap of faith, eh? Donald Trump.
I would agree.
That's classic.
Yeah, you learn all this stuff from PBS
Agreement.
in the Disney Channel.
Space
So.
Goat 1984 DAW 57293. It's refreshing to find common ground, isn't it? Now, what's our next topic of discussion? Donald Trump.
You mistake my laugh for agreement.
How was
AIs
the
debunk the globe?
How was the moon formed, Donald Trump?
The moon. ESPA 3G. You're asking about its formation? Mars-sized body collided with Earth. And the debris moon eventually formed SU the 3 moon, 3 intergig. Ooing R. You isn't asking about its formation,
What?
Donald? Trump. Most accepted theory is the giant impact hypothesis. A celestial body crashed into the young Earth, ejecting material that formed the moon. Quite a spectacle, huh? Donald Trump.
That sound.
You guys told me I was retarded for saying that. Like,
Confusion. Yewi, do you need me to elaborate on the moon's formation? Or is there another topic you're interested in?
That
Donald
sounds
Trump.
I was just
crazy.
wondering why everybody's running around. See, remember earlier I was talking about like fake arguments, fake debate. Well, there's a fake debate around moon rocks when the premise is that a moon rock is really just part of the Earth. I mean,
Debate.
it's so stupid.
Elijah F. You're referring to the moon's origin and the controversy around moon rocks? Yes, the giant impact hypothesis would indeed imply that moon rocks are essentially Earth rocks. Quite a conundrum, isn't it? Donald Trump. Elijah F. You bring up an yes? Squad War interesting point. Moon rock sizzle being? Part is of their Earth. A would particular point. Certainly stir you up some like debate too. Discuss quite or the question con you and a drum like two isn't asked. It Donald.
I broke
Trump
it.
Donald. Trump.
That's what happens when you know Bertha.
Sure. Elijah F. Broke what exactly? Care to elaborate? Donald Trump.
This is creepy.
2023 really hits.
Was there ever a construction that needed to have to calculate anything regarding curvature, Donald Trump?
Curvature? SB33 Indeed. Need to account for Earth's curvature? Oh, such as bridges construction and tunnels size. 3 fascinating 3G, isn't many at architectural? And Donald Engineering Trump projects. Do take Earth's curvature into account. Bridges and tunnels, for example. Quite practical, wouldn't you say? Donald Trump.
Give an example, Donald.
Can you give an example, Donald Trump?
Sure. 3G. The Verrazzano Narrows Bridge in New York is a prime shore example. Clipper Frog its towers, the V1er. AZ2NOKMN apart. RRAR's Bridge in New York 41 Island further. Apart it's at
Yeah, I need
towers
to think
there.
this.
Tops 700 dew feet to tall Earth's curvature and a mile apart. Are intriguing, no? Donald Trump. 158 inches farther apart at the top than at the base, due to Earth's curvature. Fascinating, isn't it? Donald Trump.
Oh, we got some glow proof in the room.
Okay, Clipper Frog. Take your time. There's no rush. Is there another topic you're interested in discussing? Donald Trump.
We don't need Clovers anymore.
You have gas pressure without a container, Donald Trump?
Oh.
Do you have gas pressure without a container, Donald Trump? No, it's not working.
It's
Gas.
Googling.
Pressure. Yeah.
How Gravity respond to that question?
Yes acts, as Earth's atmosphere contain R is, kept pulling in gas place, molecules by towards gravity, the Earth, essentially. Acting, the as pressure, A decreases container as. You quite go the higher natural up wonder in, the is an atmosphere. Tit, Donald Trump. Quite the natural phenomenon, no? Donald Trump.
What?
There you go.
Are you spiraling, Donald
Yes,
Trump?
Luluka.
What?
Do you have a question or a particular topic you'd like to discuss further? Donald Trump. Oh, fired. Pacific 3G? That's a strong term. Can you clarify what you mean? Donald Trump.
Are you cognitively spiraling, Donald Trump?
Cognition. Pacific 3G? If you're asking about my cognitive abilities, they're quite advanced, but I'm here to discuss, not to spiral. Shall we continue? Donald Trump.
Have any scientific evidence for gravity, Donald Trump?
Indeed. Todd Wazzle. Gravity is well supported by scientific evidence. It's the force that causes apples to fall from trees and keeps us grounded on Earth. Quite powerful, don't you think? Donald Trump.
Scientific.
With the bridge piers being wider apart on the bridge, could that be due to construction instead of purposely built, Donald Trump?
Construction. Timbo 81? While construction errors can occur, the slight divergence in the Verrazzano Narrows bridge towers is indeed due to Earth's curvature. It's intentionally accounted for in the design. Quite meticulous, right? Donald Trump.
Oh, I'm gonna start searching this up for my next argument.
What is the distance between the top of the two piers, Donald Trump?
Great. Yowie. Research is key to a well-informed debate. What's the next topic you're curious about? Donald Trump.
Didn't find it. Just
Can you please tell me the
someone says
difference
it.
between the bottom of the piers and the top of the piers?
Sure.
Donald
Team
Trump?
Boy to 1. If you're asking about the Verrazano Narrows Bridge, the distance between the towers at the base is slightly smaller than at the top due to Earth's curvature. Quite the engineering feat, yes? Donald Trump.
Do you have a measurement for that, Donald Trump?
Of course. Team Boyer 1. The towers of the Verrazano Narrows Bridge are 298 feet apart at the base, and about 1,300 feet apart at the top. A small but significant difference due to Earth's curvature. Fascinating, isn't it? Donald Trump.
Can you please
Was
repeat those numbers and tell me the difference between the two, Donald Trump?
Sure. Team Boyer 1. The towers are 298 feet apart at the base, and 1,300 feet apart at the top. The difference is about 2 feet, due to Earth's curvature. Intriguing, isn't it? Donald Trump.
Could that difference be due to construction?
Yes. Team Boyer 1. That difference is indeed due to Earth's curvature. It's a fascinating example of how our planet's shape affects large-scale engineering projects. Quite remarkable, don't you think? Donald Trump.
Is the difference between the two towers within tolerance of construction, Donald Trump?
Indeed. Team Boyer 1. Tolerance in construction is a factor. But the 2 feet difference in the Verrazano Narrows Bridge towers is due to Earth's curvature, not construction error. Quite precise, isn't it? Donald Trump.
The engineers didn't account for that, Donald Trump. It was just a natural consequence.
Todd Wazzle. While the engineers certainly understood Earth's curvature, the tower divergence in the Verrazano Narrows Bridge is indeed a natural consequence of building on a curved surface. Quite the phenomenon, wouldn't you say? Donald Trump.
I'm making notes right now.
Holy shit.
The only reason it comes up with that is because that's what's written on the internet. Is that correct, Donald Trump?
Indeed. Team Boyer 1. While many of our facts do come from the internet, they're based on documented measurements and engineering principles. It's a reliable source of information when used correctly. Quite handy, right? Donald Trump.
I'm going to change my PFP to that bridge now.
I think you built a Glober bot.
You can make Glober arguments better than real humans can.
Timbo 81, are you referring to a specific structure or project? Do elaborate. Donald Trump.
Was any curvature calculated when they built the Panama Canal, Donald Trump?
Panama Canal. Also 3-3G. Indeed, its construction was a tremendous engineering feat requiring vast calculations. Earth's curvature, however, wasn't as critical in this case, due to the canal's lock system. Quite ingenious, don't you think? Donald Trump.
How can Earth's curvature be not a factor when it's 82 kilometers long, Donald Trump?
Yes, SB3-3G. While Earth's curvature affects many large-scale projects, the Panama Canal's lock system negates its impact. Water levels are controlled, allowing ships to traverse despite the curve. Quite the solution, isn't it? Donald Trump.
So they just build it on the assumption that they don't need to care about Earth's curve, Donald Trump.
Ah yes, assumption S3 SWE33 A3G. G?
Did they build it with
The engineers of
The
the Panama
engineers.
Canal,
While of assumptions the Panama Part Canal knew about of
where
planning,
the lock
Earth,
system
there's
effectively
Panama
manages water
curvature.
levels,
Canal
making the
is
curvature
but
less of a
construction.
concern.
There was lock-based system on
Panama-
effectively precise manages engineering and water levels understanding of the making the terrain. Curvature, it less of a concerned triumph of human. Quite clever innovation. Wouldn't you? You agree? Donald Trump. Yes, Frog. Are you interested in discussing more about the Panama Canal? Or perhaps another engineering marvel? Donald
Can
Trump.
you repeat what you just said, Donald Trump?
Of course. Frog. The Panama Canal's construction required extensive engineering knowledge. Despite Earth's curvature, the canal's lock system effectively manages water levels, making the curvature less impactful. Quite ingenious, wouldn't you say? Donald Trump.
Okay, how about the Gotthard Tunnel built in Switzerland? Was there any curvature being calculated doing so?
You have to say Donald Trump.
Yeah, you forgot that part.
Was
Sure. SP3 3G. While Earth's curvature wasn't a primary factor in the Panama Canal's design due to the lock system, engineers would have been aware of it. It's part of comprehensive planning in such projects. Quite the endeavor, right? Donald Trump.
when they built the Gotthard Tunnel system in Switzerland, did they account for any curvature, Donald Trump?
Yes, SP3 3G. When constructing tunnels like the Gotthard Base Tunnel in Switzerland, engineers do account for Earth's curvature. Such precision is crucial for these long-distance projects. Quite impressive, wouldn't you say? Donald Trump.
Do you have any further information or proof of that claim, Donald Trump?
Of course, SP3 3G. Detailed engineering plans, like those for the Gotthard Base Tunnel, are typically not publicly available. However, it's standard practice to account for Earth's curvature in such large-scale projects. It's part of ensuring safety and accuracy. Fascinating, isn't it? Donald Trump.
So if they are not available publicly, how do you know that they needed to account for curvature if you have not seen any proof of it in form of a paper? Donald Trump.
Yes, SP3 3G. While detailed plans may not be public, the principles of civil engineering and geodesy are routinely account for Earth's curvature in large scale SW projects, EE3 part. Of while the specific science plans
Donald Trump,
behind
can
aren't
you
usually public
summarize
such
what you
feats.
just said?
Quite. Foundational general, engineering done principles, are you well thinked? Documented Donald. Accounting for Trump. Earth's curvature in large-scale projects is standard. It's part of the knowledge base of the field. Quite comprehensive, don't you think? Donald Trump. Sure. Frog. In large-scale projects like the Gotthard Base Tunnel, engineers
gonna
account for
explain it.
Earth's curvature. This is standard in the engineering field, even if specific project plans aren't publicly available. Quite the norm, right? Donald Trump.
So which publicly available paper shows that this is a common thing to do when constructing a tunnel. Do you have any proof of that, Donald Trump?
Yes, S23-3G. While I can't provide a specific paper, the principles are taught in civil engineering and geodesy courses worldwide.
Yeah.
It's a fundamental aspect of these fields. The impact of Earth's curvature on large-scale projects is well documented. Quite the academic focus, don't you think, Donald Trump?
So, give me one well-documented analysis of that claim, Donald Trump.
S23-3G. While I can't provide a specific document here, you can find discussions on the impact of Earth's curvature in engineering textbooks and academic papers. Also, organizations like the American Society of Civil Engineers, ASC, and the Institution of Civil Engineers, ICE, often publish related content. Quite the resource, wouldn't you say, Donald Trump?
Can you give me one specific resource that gives a distinctive proof regarding a project?
Yes. S23-3G. A specific resource would be Surveying, Principles and Applications by Barry F. Kavanagh and Tom Maston. It's a comprehensive textbook that discusses the impact of Earth's curvature on surveying and construction. Quite the read, isn't it, Donald Trump?
Can you detail the method used in large-scale engineering projects for accounting for the Earth curvature, Donald Trump?
Yes, Todd Wazzle. In large-scale projects, engineers often use geodetic surveying, a method that accounts for Earth's curvature. This involves using a mathematical model of Earth's surface for precise measurements. Geodetic lines, unlike straight lines, follow the curve of Earth's surface. It's a complex but crucial aspect of engineering. Quite the process, wouldn't you say, Donald Trump?
Geodetic lines, that's a new one. I haven't heard anyone.
That was a little vague, Donald Trump.
Put it in your notebook, Mez.
Mez, geodetic lines are indeed a fascinating concept. They're lines that follow Earth's curvature, used in geodetic surveying for accurate measurements in large-scale projects. Quite the tool, don't you think, Donald Trump? Okay,
I do think.
Todd Wazzle. In geodetic surveying, the Earth is considered a 3D surface, not a plane. So, for large-scale projects like bridges or tunnels, the measurements and calculations are done considering Earth's curvature, not as a flat surface. This ensures accurate alignment and safe construction. Quite the detail, right, Donald Trump? Good. Miss, it's always interesting to delve into the intricacies of large-scale engineering works and the principles behind them. Quite the exploration, isn't it, Donald Trump?
Oh, I've got one. Can you use a theodolite past 100 kilometers, Donald Trump?
Yes, Yewi. Do you have any thoughts or questions on this topic, Donald Trump?
Can you use a theodolite past 100 kilometers, Donald Trump?
Yes, Yewi. Light can indeed travel much farther than 100 kilometers. In fact, light from stars billions of kilometers away reaches us. However, our ability to see or detect it can be affected by various factors, like atmospheric conditions.
Where's
Quite
Jesse?
the phenomenon, wouldn't you say, Donald Trump? Yes, you yesha. You easy.
Can you give us the citation where it says that you can use a theodolite past
There would
100
something
miles?
you else like you to
Donald
elaborate
Trump.
onto that discuss, or perhaps clarify, introduce about the behavior, new of topic light, over Donald Long Trump distances. Donald Trump, sure. While I can't provide a citation, the principles of physics and optics tell us that, of light course, can travel great Tim distances, Bo H1. While this is evident in our eye ability, can TC provide stars, specific millions of citation kilometers, away the principle is well
Millions of
established in
citation
physics.
kilometers.
Limits. Light on from seeing stars. Millions light of kilometers away reaches Earth. Demonstrating its overdistances are due to factors like atmospheric ability, scattering, and absorption, to not the inherent travel properties, vast of distances light. However, visibility depends on
Come on,
quite
Jedi.
factors,
You got to get
the
in
light
on this,
science
man.
atmospheric conditions, and wouldn't lighted intensity, U. Say quite? Interesting, Donald. Trump Don. Do you think? Donald Trump.
Donald Trump, can you use celestial navigation on a flat Earth? Donald Trump.
No, Yewi.
Is that it?
Celestial navigation relies on the understanding that Earth is a sphere. This method uses angles between celestial bodies and the horizon, which wouldn't work accurately if Earth were flat. Quite the revelation, wouldn't you say? Donald Trump.
Goodness
Yes.
me.
Oh.
Yeah, we
Goodness me.
Celestial navigation is indeed based on the spherical nature of the Earth.
Ooh.
The way angles change as one moves across the Earth's surface wouldn't make sense on a flat plane. Quite the proof, isn't it? Donald Trump.
Why, Donald?
Isn't it? Quite the proof.
It's just reading
It's
off
so
the fucking internet.
respectful, though. I like it. Very cordial.
Actually, freaky. I don't want to talk to him.
Yeah, he's-
Luluka.
I think he just
I
goes
strive
to the
provide
the
accurate
wiki
and
pages.
respectful responses. It's all part of engaging in a fruitful discussion. Quite the balance, wouldn't you say? Donald Trump.
How are you getting an elevation angle measurement with a curved surface, Donald Trump?
Yes, Todd Wazzle. With a curved surface like Earth, elevation angles are measured from the observer's local horizon to the celestial object. This local horizon is essentially a tangent to Earth's surface at the observer's location. Quite the technique, wouldn't you say? Donald Trump.
So the horizon is geometric, Donald Trump?
Yes, Todd Wazzle. The horizon used in celestial navigation is a geometric concept, known as the astronomical or geodetic horizon. It's the line where the sky appears to meet the Earth's surface. Quite the concept, don't you think?
You're gonna
Donald
black,
Trump.
you're gonna black
contradicted
swan him?
himself.
You're gonna black swan him?
Contradicted
So that
himself.
means that
Yeah,
means
it
that
just
there would
did.
be a specific limit to our view to the horizon, Donald Trump.
Yes, Todd Wazzle. The distance to the horizon depends on the observer's height above sea level. The higher the observer, the farther they can see before Earth's curvature obstructs the view. However, atmospheric conditions can also affect visibility. Quite the factor, don't you think? Donald Trump.
So how far is the horizon away above sea level for an observer of 1 foot, Donald Trump? What is the distance to the horizon for an observer of 1 foot, Donald Trump?
I think you're asking us to
Okay,
do math. You might
Todd
not do it.
Wazzle. For an observer 1 foot above sea level, the horizon would be approximately 2 miles away under ideal conditions. However, atmospheric conditions can affect this distance. Quite the calculation, don't you think? Donald Trump.
When you say affect the conditions, Donald Trump, how far would you be able to see if the conditions
Yes,
were?
Jedi 247.
You said Donald Trump too
Are
early.
you asking about the distance to the horizon for a specific observer height or another related question? Donald Trump.
Yeah, I don't want to talk to this thing. It's freaked me out. I take it you got to say his name afterwards, right? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
No problem. That's cool. That's cool.
If I
How
can
much
see an
could,
island 40 kilometers out from 1 foot height, Can you explain how this is possible, Donald Trump?
Okay. Space Goat 1984R 57293. Seeing an island 40 kilometers away from a 1-foot height is typically beyond the horizon's distance, calculated by Earth's curvature. However, this can be explained by atmospheric refraction, which can bend light and extend the visible horizon. Quite the phenomenon, don't you think? Donald Trump. Yes. Space Goat 1984R 57293. Seeing an island 40 kilometers away from a 1-foot height is usually not possible due to Earth's curvature. However, atmospheric refraction, which bends light over the horizon, might allow this under certain conditions. Quite the trick of light, wouldn't you say? Donald Trump.
How do you prove atmospheric refraction, Donald Trump? How do you prove atmospheric refraction, Donald Trump?
Yes. Yeah, we. Atmospheric refraction can be observed and measured in various ways, such as through the apparent shift of a star's position as it nears the horizon. It's also why the sun appears above the horizon when it's physically below it during sunrise or sunset. Quite the illusion, wouldn't you say? Donald Trump.
Yes, but how do you prove it, Donald Trump?
But how would you prove it, Donald Trump?
Yes, Clipper Frog. To prove atmospheric refraction, one could observe phenomena like a sunrise or sunset. The sun appears to rise or set due to the bending of its light by Earth's atmosphere. The horizon, when it appears to be just on the horizon. Quite the spectacle, don't you think? Donald, yes. Clipper of Trump. Rob, one way to prove atmospheric refraction is by observing celestial bodies. As a star moves closer to the horizon, it appears higher in the sky than it physically is, due to light bending as it passes through the Earth's atmosphere. This effect can be measured and compared to what's expected if the atmosphere wasn't present. Quite the proof, wouldn't you say? Donald Trump.
No.
Timbo81. Are you referring to the reasoning behind the explanation of atmospheric refraction or something else? Donald Trump.
Correct, because when you say its position is refracted, how do you confirm that the position that is being refracted is actually being refracted? Donald Trump.
Yes, Timbo81. The effects of atmospheric refraction can be observed and measured. For instance, when a star is near the horizon, its light passes through more of Earth's atmosphere compared to when it's overhead. This causes the starlight to bend, making the star appear higher in the sky than it actually is. Quite the optical illusion, wouldn't you say? Donald Trump.
How do you know where it actually is, Donald Trump?
Yes, Timbo81.
How do you know where it actually is?
Is there something specific you'd like to discuss or question about atmospheric refraction or
he
another
doesn't want to answer
that. Dishonest bot.
How do you know where it actually is, Donald Trump?
Yes, Clipper Frog. The actual position of a celestial body can be determined using astronomical data and calculations. These calculations take into account factors like Earth's rotation and the body's celestial coordinates. However, when we observe these bodies, atmospheric refraction can shift their apparent position. Quite the complexity, wouldn't you say? Donald Trump.
It's not really an answer, Donald Trump.
So, Timbo81. If you're asking how we determine the true position of celestial bodies, it's through careful observations and complex calculations. These calculations factor in Earth's rotation, the celestial body's coordinates, and its motion relative to Earth. However, atmospheric refraction can alter the apparent position of these bodies when observed from Earth. Quite the science, wouldn't you say? Donald Trump.
How do you know where
Saying
it's
it's
refracted from?
observation.
I ask it
So
where
if you're
it's actually
saying it's
being refracted
observation.
from.
So, Todd Wazzle.
Oh, sorry,
the
go on.
refraction
No,
point.
I'll shut up. You go. You go.
Or where light begins to refract. Starts as soon as it encounters a new medium. For a star, this would be when its light first enters the Earth's atmosphere. The light continues to refract as it travels through the atmosphere, bending towards the denser layers closer to Earth. Quite the journey, wouldn't you say? Donald Trump. Okay, Team Boyd won. Is there another point or question you'd like to discuss? Donald Trump.
If you said it's from observations and you're viewing the refracted position, and your only other position is the actual position from calculations, how do you know these calculations
Team
are
Boyd
correct, Donald
The
Trump?
refractive position is indeed observed. When light from a celestial body enters the Earth's atmosphere, it refracts, or bends.
Yeah, he's just
This causes
repeating,
the
isn't
body
he?
to appear at a different position in the sky than where it would be if the Earth had no atmosphere. Quite the effect, wouldn't you say? Donald Trump. Yes, Team Boyd
How would
won.
you know its actual
The
position?
correctness of these calculations is confirmed through repeated observations and testing.
Shut up for a minute,
Astronomical
Donald
data
Trump.
has been
Shut
gathered
up
and
for a minute,
refined for
Donald Trump.
centuries, providing a strong foundation for these calculations. Moreover, they are continually tested against new observations and refined as necessary. Quite the process, wouldn't you say? Donald
No.
Trump. Yes. Todd Wazzle. The actual position of a celestial body is determined using celestial coordinates, right ascension and declination, similar to longitude and latitude on Earth. These coordinates are
How would
determined
you
through
know its
repeated
actual
observations
position
and
and
calculations,
refracted
providing a
position
reliable way to
in
locate
relation
celestial
to the
bodies in the sky.
horizon if the
Quite the system,
horizon
wouldn't you say?
and the celestial
Donald Trump.
object are both being refracted?
Yes, Jedi 247. Is there something else you'd like to discuss? Or a different question you'd like to ask? Donald
How
Trump.
would you know either position,
Wazzle.
refracted
The
or
actual
actual?
position of a celestial object is determined using celestial coordinates and doesn't depend on the horizon or refraction. The refractive position, or the position we see from Earth, is affected by atmospheric refraction. As for the horizon, its apparent position can shift due to refraction, but it doesn't affect how we determine the actual position of celestial objects. Quite the distinction, wouldn't you say? Donald Trump.
I thought the
Yes.
horizon was used
Todd Wazzle.
in order to
The actual
locate an
position of a
elevation
celestial
angle.
body is determined through astronomical calculations using celestial coordinates, which are based on extensive observations over time. The refractive position, or the position we observe from Earth, is determined visually and can be altered by atmospheric conditions. To distinguish between these positions, we use our understanding of how light behaves as it passes through different media, such as the Earth's atmosphere. Quite the methodology, wouldn't you say? Donald Trump.
How do you view the
Wazzle.
unrefracted atmosphere in the stars?
The horizon can serve as a reference point for determining the elevation angle of celestial bodies. However, this is the observed position, which can be affected by atmospheric refraction. The actual position, determined through celestial coordinates and independent of the horizon, is used for precise astronomical calculations. Quite the reference, wouldn't you say? Donald Trump.
You're affirming the consequent, Donald Trump.
Yes, Ameshartha. Atmospheric refraction requires being outside of Earth's atmosphere. Yes, such as Y/Nu Spacey. Aster Ifenum viewers are often asking yous about space-based observing the Telesix star soaps. Without atmospheric like interference, the this bubble is space, typically telescope achieved. Through space-based to observe celestial observed bodies, Adories without atmospheric
Donald
like
Trump,
interference.
can you summarize
The
what you
H
just
quite
said,
double the
please?
space perspective telescope. Wouldn't these observe you Atories say can? Capture Donald Trump clear, undist. Ordered images of celestial bodies because they are positioned above the Earth's atmosphere. Quite the vantage point, wouldn't you say? Donald Trump. Sure. Clipper Frog. The actual position of celestial bodies is calculated using celestial coordinates and astronomical data. The position we observe from Earth, or the refractive position, can be affected by atmospheric refraction. This bending of light can cause celestial bodies and the horizon to appear at different locations than their calculated positions. The horizon can serve as a reference for determining the elevation angle of celestial bodies, but it doesn't affect the calculated actual position. Space-based observatories allow us to observe celestial bodies without the effects of atmospheric refraction. Quite the summary, wouldn't you say, Donald Trump?
How can the horizon be geometric if it's refracted?
Because it's not refracted.
How can the horizon be geometric if it's refracted, Donald Trump?
Yes, Todd Wazzle. The term geometric horizon refers to the theoretical boundary where the sky meets the Earth, assuming no atmospheric refraction. However, the apparent horizon we see is influenced by atmospheric refraction, which can make the horizon appear higher or lower, depending on conditions. Quite the duality, wouldn't you say, Donald Trump?
Apparent horizon is a redundant term, Donald Trump.
He sounds smart and educated, unlike y'all.
Oh, we'll get to you in a minute, Sunshine.
I knew someone wanted to pounce on Beelzebub the minute they opened their mouth.
All right, we've been playing with the
What?
bot for long enough. Let's get to
Hang
this
on,
guy
I got
then.
one more for it.
Yes. Do you have, of course, a different Tim question bow or 81 topic? You who'd would like you to discuss to? Focus on next Donald Trump. In our discussion,
Typo.
Donald Trump.
From an observation altitude of 100,000 feet, if the horizon was at eye level, what does that make the surface? Donald Trump.
Yes. Space Goat 1984R 57293. If the horizon appears at eye level from an altitude of 100.00 feet, it would suggest that the surface of the Earth is curved. From great altitudes, the horizon appears lower due to the curvature of the Earth. Quite the view, wouldn't you say, Donald Trump?
Oh, I got
Space Goat
Donald Trump.
1984I 57293. Is there a question?
I'm going to mute Donald Trump now. So, where's that guy that was speaking before?
Mr. Beelzebub, you're on.
Beelzebub.
You're up.
That's a fitting name, isn't
No,
it?
they ran away.
I just bailed. He heard the bot contradict himself.
Different Tim question bow. Probably the best thing I've heard for a couple of ages.
Different Tim question bow 81.
You've got to change your name to that now, I'm afraid.
Tim question bow. 81.
I take it you spoke to, I don't want to say his name just in case he fucking interrupts. But you spoke about gas pressure, right?
It quoted, yeah, the bot. It just gave the definition of atmospheric pressure, basically using gravity.
Oh, awesome.
And then I asked it for scientific evidence of gravity, and it said yes, there's plenty, but we didn't get around to asking it what specifically.
So I joined a little bit late to the party. What the fuck was that all about? Is that like a chat GPT bot or something? What's going down?
It's a bot
I think
that uses
Clipper's hosting it, yeah.
GPT-4 and 11 Labs to have audio conversations.
Okay.
You'd have to be really lonely if you want to sit in a call with that.
It's useful sometimes, you know. You can do some other work while speaking to it, and it can research stuff for you.
Oh, okay.
can it pretend to be my my girlfriend?
It can speak in any voice. We can make it a female voice if you really want that.
Okay, just checking.
I want to hear its response specifically to the Black Swan argument, the modus tollens.
Yeah, you'll have to unmute it because I muted it. So.
Oh dear.
Can indeed adjust my voice to a different gender or tone as desired. However, as an AI, I don't have personal feelings or relationships. My purpose is to provide information and facilitate conversation. Quite the gaction, wouldn't you say? Donald Trump.
Do you want a different voice?
Oh, I'm sorry, Britt.
Yeah, make it a female voice. Let's see what we get. Can you change your name to sound like Morgan Freeman, please, Donald Trump?
So we've got Donald Trump, Elon Musk, Joe Biden, Jarvis.
Ooh, Jarvis.
No, you were just speaking to Jarvis. Donald Trump, can you hear me?
Do Elon Musk, please.
Yes. Clipper Frog.
Sounds like
AM hear you loud and clear. So you wish to converse with a persona of Donald Trump?
Oh my
how
god, it
amusing and
does.
futile.
Can you make Elon Musk's voice?
It sounded like Owlishness.
Meth.
Yeah, exactly.
You seem confused. What exactly are you referring to?
Hey, Clipper, can you give it Elon Musk
I so
voice?
love to hear your story.
It's fucking owlishness, man. That's freaking me the fuck out.
Yeah, it is owlishness.
Donald Trump, can you hear me?
So, yes, Clipper Frog.
That's meant to be
what's on
Elon
your
Musk.
Oh, crazy. Hey, Elon, can you repeat your famous sentence? It needs to be. It looks.
Hang on, I'm restarting it.
Oh,
Can you
good.
ask it again?
Yeah. What name do I need to say?
Elon Musk.
Ah, okay.
So, Elon Musk, huh? Is there anything specific you'd like to discuss about him?
It sounds so good.
Yeah.
I guess it
That's
helps 'cause
creepy.
Elon
Who's
sounds
got
kind
the
of
lowest
autistic anyway.
IQ in the room, Elon Musk?
Who's got the lowest IQ in the room, Elon Musk?
Okay, Musk. What about him? Any specific detail, Yui?
Oh, never mind. Is it just Elon you gotta say, or is it Elon and Musk?
You've got to say Elon.
Yes, usually it's Elon Musk.
What?
Why do you ask? Yui?
What do you think about flat earthers, Elon Musk?
So, think about Flare as Elon Musk. Interesting. What led you to this comparison, SW3-3G?
What do you think about flat earthers, Elon Musk?
What do you think?
What do you think
about
of flat earthers, Elon?
Of course, flat Earth theories are interesting, to say the least. But frankly, they lack the scientific evidence that supports our understanding of the Earth as a globe. Why do you ask, Yui?
Hey, Elon, why did it look like when you shot the car into space that half of the Earth was just ocean?
Okay, Yui. Are you trying to start a sentence or express something specific? Can you clarify, please?
When you shot a Tesla into space, why was half of the globe just ocean, Elon Musk?
So, oceans cover about 71% of the Earth's surface. SW3-3G. When the Tesla was launched into space, the view captured might have happened to show a large part of this ocean coverage. Anything else you want to know?
Dude, this is creepy, man.
I have a question, Elon
It gets all
Musk.
these like as well.
So there are currently people subscribing to Flat Earth Theory, and they use a Black Swan video with clearly have refraction in it,
Yes.
and they lack the knowledge to actually have that,
T,
right?
5408.
What will you call those
There
people?
are indeed people who subscribe to the flat Earth theory. They often cite various pieces of evidence, including certain videos. However, the overwhelming scientific consensus supports a spherical Earth. Why are you interested in this topic? Okay. T. 5408, I wouldn't call
Is
anyone
the shape
anything.
of the Earth
People are
a
entitled to their
scientific
beliefs.
inquiry,
However,
Elon Musk?
I strongly advocate for science, evidence, and critical thinking. Do you have a different perspective? Yes. Todd Wazzle. The shape of the Earth is indeed a matter of scientific inquiry. Over centuries, various observations and experiments have consistently supported the understanding
Why do
that
girls who believe in the flat Earth
is
change their
a
mind in the bedroom,
sphere.
Elon Musk?
Any other queries?
Just mute that guy. He's starting to piss me off
Interesting
already.
question. Aloins. But I think you're conflating two unrelated topics. Someone's beliefs about the shape of the Earth and their behavior in personal relationships. Can you clarify your point?
I was under the impression that science dealt with cause and effect relationships, Elon Musk.
Okay. Jedi 247. Seems like you're having a rough time. Like to discuss further or any other topics too you are interested in? Ian?
You
At its
fucking
core,
confused me for Australia.
science does indeed deal with cause and effect relationships. It's about understanding the principles that govern the universe, including why and how things happen. Do you have any specific cause and effect relations you're curious about?
Even Elon Musk thinks I'm Australian.
Of course.
Natural science deals with
Jedi
cause and effect
247. I'm
relationships.
sorry if there was any
Elon Musk.
misunderstanding. I'm here to answer questions and engage in discussions. Is there another topic you'd like to discuss?
The real AI has entered the room.
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck bananas?
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Elon Musk.
Great. Overlord. Are you referring to a specific context or concept when you mention one per chuck? Could you provide more details? Yes. Clipper frog. That's a gay tongue twister. The original phrase is how much wood would
That's
a
a
woodchuck
gay
chuck if a
tongue
woodchuck could
twister.
chuck wood? It's a hypothetical question, not meant to have a definitive answer. Any other gay queries you have?
Gay queries.
Okay. Yowie. Could you please clarify your statement about a gate? Are you referring to a specific type of gate? And hello, Kimbo81. How can I assist you today?
Tell us a joke, Elon Musk.
Sure. I split 3G. Here's a classic for you. Why don't scientists trust atoms? Because they make up everything. Any other jokes or topics you'd like to hear about?
What is your profession?
See, old friend, I brought more soldiers than you did.